County commissioners may have finally passed a millage rate increase and the budget, but the decision still leaves some uncertainty for some agencies. 41 NBC's Joy Dukes joins us now in the studio with more.
The only way the county would have been able to restore full funding to all agencies would have been passing the initial 25% property tax rate increase that was voted down last week. Now the new decision has some agencies unsure where this leaves them.
I'm just so thankful that this is over with and we can gear back up and be ready to go.
Thursday's decision by commissioners to pass a $3 million increase is now in the Macon Transit Authority's rear view.
All of the commissioners, all of them, are for public transportation. This was a very vital part of the community, dialysis patients on paratransit, getting our customers to work every day.
Though MTA Chairman Craig Ross is confident the Transit Authority will get its full $2.3 million in funding, other agencies are not so sure.
The big emergency would be whether we're able to stay open, because whether you're able to keep the doors open or whether you have to cut back dramatically in terms of when you're open and what you're offering.
The Tubman Museum got around $230,000 in funding from the county last year, most of which went toward education programs for kids.
After-school arts instruction at Title I elementary schools. We do programs, workshops in partnership with Middle Georgia State University School of Education that work with 3rd and 5th grade students, kind of critical grades.
Kids that Macon Bibb United Boxing Club coordinator Ernest Butts sees come into his gym almost every week.
8 to 17 is a critical age group right now, and we're trying to touch on that. And closing this kind of facility would be a big impact on these kids going forward.
Butts says as of now, he doesn't know whether Parks and Rec will get its full funding or whether the gym will have to cut back on services or days.
I hoping that we are one of the centers that are picked to stay in the city for these kids.
What he does know is he doesn't want the kids who come into his gym to suffer. Director Andy Ambrose says they're willing to work with commissioners to figure out a solution, even if it means they aren't fully funded. He also says they're looking into trying to pull funding from the hotel-motel tax since the museum brings so much traffic into town. Shelby?
All righty, thank you, Joy. Well, Ambrose says extra funding would not come from the pockets of residents if the museum tapped into the money from the hotel-motel tax as mentioned. Instead, it would come from visitors who come from out of town to see the museum and other attractions.